Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at taking Frost Queen's claim in the mid lane. I think it's actually a really cool and slightly overpowered idea. Yup, this is the blue support item, but I've seen this a few times in high-elo solo queue, so I looked into it more and it actually makes a lot of sense. So let's just start with why you'd even do this in the first place, and the real reason is simply just gold. Frost Queen's claim isn't going to give you more power than other items, but it's going to accelerate your build mid-game and get ahead that way instead, in theory gaining a massive gold lead. The first part is the gold generation all the time. Even from Spell Thieves, that's the one you buy at the start, you will gain 2 gold per 10 seconds for the rest of the game. That means by the time you first base at around 10 minutes into the game, you'll have earned an extra 120 gold. Nothing major, but still nice for not really doing anything. That's only part of the extra gold though. The main part is from the other passive. So spells and basic attacks against enemy champions and buildings deal 10 additional damage and grant 8 gold, which can occur up to 3 times every 30 seconds. If you did hit them 3 times every 30 seconds, you'd gain an extra 480 gold in the first 10 minutes. Now that part is massive, but sadly it isn't too likely because every time you kill a minion, every time you get a CS, that passive disables for 12 seconds. So why am I bothering to tell you to buy this item then, if it disables anyway? The big thing is when you upgrade to the Frost Queen's claim, killing a minion no longer disables the passive, plus you gain 15 gold per hit now. This means that you can CS and gain gold from the harass at the same time, and to put it into perspective, if you hit them 3 times every 30 seconds, which is not that hard, you'll gain an extra 900 gold every 10 minutes. After 15 minutes, you'd have like enough to buy an extra large rod worth of AP, which is equivalent to getting like 4 kills worth of gold. It isn't just the gold either. The Icy Ghost passive sends, well, ghosts out to hunt nearby enemy champions, revealing them and slowing them for 40% for 4 seconds. This is really good, honestly. It makes you really hard to gank, first of all, because you can just activate them and slow the people running at you. It makes it really hard for people to run away from you, really good at engaging a fight, catching people, and by slowing them it also makes landing skill shots a crap ton easier. Now that all sounds really good, right? But let's look at the downside of getting it. There's obviously going to be a downside to getting free gold. At level 1 you'll start with Spell Thieves instead of Adorans. Spell Thieves is 25% base mana regen, 5 AP, and then the passive gold parts. Dorans is 60 health, 50% base mana regen, and 15 AP, plus you get 4 mana back for killing a unit. That's actually quite a lot of combat stats missing. Well, stats in general missing actually. This is kind of the point though. We're trading at early game power for more gold and more items mid game. So what about if we look at Frost Queen's claim compared to Morellonomicon and Athene's, which are basically the cheapest and most common AP first items. Morello is 2550, 100% base mana regen, 80 AP, 20% cooldown, and the Grievous Wounds passive. Now Athene's is 2800, 100% base mana regen, 60 AP, 20% cooldown, 25 magic resist, and restores 2% missing mana every 5 seconds. Frost Queen's is 150% base mana regen, so slightly higher, 50 AP, 10% cooldown, and then the gold passives. You can see you're losing a good chunk of AP and cooldown to get the extra gold, and a little bit more utility I guess with the ghosts as well. Really the idea is that you will get your second item and especially your third item faster than if you got Morello or Athene's, which will more than make up for that AP difference to start with. So the real question is sacrificing that early game power worth the extra gold? Well, in short, on certain champions, yes it is. Just to make the point first though, if you're in a hard lane or against someone like LeBlanc, then you probably don't want to do this. It will make your life harder than it is already going to be. You also do not want to do this on lane bullies because you want the extra early stats to have more of an early impact. The best champions to get this are the ones who have some kind of damage over time or constant damage, so you can get those 3 procs and then go back to farming. That's going to be the key to maximizing your gold early. You get the 3 stacks and then you go back to farming until the stacks are up again 30 seconds later. Champions like Morgana, Malzahar, and Brand all have that damage over time to proc it really easily. The other reliable way is to have some kind of long-ish range poke to get the procs with. Things like Xerath, Ziggs, Ahri, Orianna could all work as they aren't exactly early game champions, but they spike really hard mid game with levels and items. Champions like Ahri, Brand, and Morgana are especially good with this because they have really good base damage on their abilities. They don't really need as much AP as others, and that base damage will carry their early damage. Ahri and Brand also make use of the ghosts a ton, chasing people down down with them and making it very easy to land their skill shots. So that's the whole idea behind getting a Frost Queen's Claim mid lane. You will lose a bit of your early power in exchange for a ton of gold and getting your second and third items a lot faster. I'd love to know if this works for you guys, so if you try it, then make sure you tweet me a picture and show me. Anyway, that's it for now. Make sure to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up if you want to see more cool preseason strats, and I'll catch you in my next video.